Do you know Pedro Pascal? Because you guys are kind of in the daddy-verse together.
we are.
So today we're here for Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me who you're playing in this movie.
I play, basically, it's a true story about a kid who played this Gran Turismo video game, and then Nissan held a challenge where they let these, video game kids drive real cars, and then this one kid wins the whole shebang at the end. And so there's a guy who trains them, who is like the chief engineer and coach, and he's very skeptical, let's say, at the beginning, and then it sort of becomes a really feel-good sports movie along the way. But he himself has some secrets as well. So I play basically the chief engineer and coach of these kids.
Did you get to get behind the wheel at all?
I did a little bit of driving, sure. Yeah, I mean, you don't see it. You see a little bit in the movie. I drive a safety car. A lot of the race car drivers will drive these cars, and then sometimes they'll be followed around by safety cars. The funny thing about them is the race cars have paddle shifters and they don't have a clutch, but the safety cars all had clutches and were manual transmission. So I much preferred driving the safety cars.
Right.
And I drove those much too fast, much to the chagrin of all the insurance people on set.
Like Harbour?
Very disappointed in me. Very disappointed.
Please. That was my dream. I wanted to be a race car driver when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, what happened?
Look at me now. Well, if you weren't an actor, what would you be doing?
I would not be driving race cars. That is for sure. No, it's not my favorite thing. I mean, it's interesting. It's fun in the movies, but it's a real violent thing. You're out there in the pits, and the cars are screaming in really fast, and these drills they use have such power, these pneumatics and stuff that take the wheels off, and the gasoline and the rubber on the road, and just the smell of the asphalt and everything. It feels really violent to me. It was the first week or so I was very freaked out by the whole experience. So it's not my favorite thing, but it's it's great to watch from afar.
Intense, yeah. Every time I talk to you, it's something cool. I mean, Red Guardian's coming back. You're doing Creature Commandos, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I mean, where do I start? How are you feeling about Stranger Things coming to an end?
I mean,
Ready?
I think we're ready. I mean, it's bittersweet, of course, because it changed all of our lives. And also, I'm such a fan of the show, always have been and continue to be. And I think those guys, the Duffer Brothers, are real geniuses. But just because it's the end of Stranger Things doesn't mean it's the end of them creatively. And I feel like they'll go on to create other things that are gorgeous and that we'll fall in love with as much as Stranger Things. So it is the end of one thing, but the beginning of possibly a new chapter that's just as beautiful.
Yeah, and I was wondering when Red Guardian was coming back. Yeah. Thunderbolts is a really cool, kind of unexpected place. How are you feeling about joining the squad? I feel like last time we talked, you were like, I don't know, I haven't read the script yet.
I really like what they've pitched me so far, even though I haven't seen a full script.
What do you know now?
I read the script.
Good.
It's real good. It's just really good. I mean, Marvel's changing it up, They're always surprising, but this team in particular and what they're doing, what this means in the universe is its own thing that's really interesting. But the team itself and the way the movie comes together is very different than any other Marvel movie I've seen. And the director is this young guy, Jake, who did this Beef show. He's a really smart guy. And the whole thing is it's just really exciting. I can't wait to get started.
I will say Gran Turismo, I played that game on PlayStation 1. Yeah. Video game adaptations are notoriously difficult to do. What do you think was the special sauce that makes this movie work?
I mean, the fact that it's not a video game interpretation. There is a hugely successful, I'm loving Last of Us. They really killed it with that show.
Do you know Pedro Pascal?
I do.
Because you guys are kind of in the daddy-verse together.
we are. We occupy a certain realm of the daddy-verse.
There's a realm of the internet.
Yes, no. Yeah. No, I know him very well, actually. Yes, they're doing some interesting stuff, but in general, video game movies are really hard. And when they pitched me this idea, they were like, we're making a thing of Gran Turismo. I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because it's just a simulator. What are you going to do? Stitch together some dumb story about, But the thing is, it's a real story of a kid who played this video game and then wound up winning Le Mans. So it's a sports movie. I mean, it's Hoosiers, it's Miracle. It has this real feel-good sports movie in it. And then you have Neil coming in with all his video game knowledge and all his sci-fi stuff. So you have that same sort of feel when you're in the car, that we give you that experience. But at its essence, it's an emotional, like, sports movie. It's not a video game movie.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, David.